Hi, I'm Ciliann. Welcome to my art channel. In this video, I show you how I paint an acrylic portrait painting of Jackie Robinson. Enjoy! So I started off this painting with pencil, and I divided my canvas into sections. And in each section I placed the outline as I saw it in the picture, basically transposed it onto the canvas. First the very basic shapes, and then adding more details as I went along. Using a grid can help with proportions. So that was the idea of dividing it up into quarters and putting the appropriate parts of the person in each. And after I was happy with all the details, I started painting. Now this is a portrait in acrylic, and I worked in layers. Starting, for my own sake, with the parts that were easier, the bigger spaces, like his jersey and his sleeve, the numbers on the jersey. This painting is my version of the famous baseball player Jackie Robinson. He wore number 42. And today, July 23rd, is the day that he was inducted into the National Hall of Fame. So I used some browns with a touch of red and magenta and white for the color of his skin. And blue with brown for the color of the blue. It used to be a darker blue. Now what's so special about this baseball player is that he was the first black athlete to play Major League Baseball in the 20th century. He joined the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1947, and after that, other African Americans were able to join Major League Baseball as well. Besides for the success of his own personal one, he was also very outspoken for racial discrimination. He stood up for his for what he held, equality, and after he retired from baseball, he opened up the first African American owned Freedom Bank to help those who were refused loans by the regular banks. So he was a very special person. He was somewhat a hero. And despite the opposition that he faced, he really cleared the way for others like him to be where they deserved, to get what they had rights to. And that's what inspired this painting. So for those highlights on his cheeks and his lips, I added more red to the brown white mixture. And as you can see, there was a lot of layering going on. One layer after the next to get the right darkness of his face in order to be able to highlight the light parts of his skin tone. If you're enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and my reference photo that I have of him. The blue of his jersey and cap are not actually the blue that they're supposed to be, since the light is shining off of them. They have more of a greenish appearance, and some parts are very light indeed. As well as the hand that is holding, the left hand that is holding onto the bat, was very much in the sunlight, so it has a very, very light look to it. And the right hand, the right arm, was more in the shadow, but some parts of it, like on the fingers and palm, are highlighted more. His bat was like an off-white yellow color. So for the bearded parts of his face, well, it wasn't actually a beard, it was more just the very, the shadow of it. I used a combination of cyan blue and burnt sienna, burnt umber, and I mixed those to get a very dark, almost gray color. And with acrylics, the idea is that it dries very fast, and you just keep adding layers and layers upon layers until you're happy with the color that you get. So the whites of his eyes are actually pink in this photo. So that's how I did them in the painting. Similar color to the highlights of his cheeks and lips. And his eyebrows, I did that same dark blue-brown. Harry looks very determined to get a hit. He had a very good batting average. .311. And his full name was actually Jack Roosevelt Robinson, named after Teddy Roosevelt, the president. And baseball was not the only sport that he played. He played football, basketball as well. And you can see that I played with the sleeve many times until I was happy with the light and the wrinkles of the fabric, as well as that of his shoulder, the jersey. And once I had mostly how I liked it, it was just touching up here and there, fixing the highlights, fixing the shadows. And he was quoted as saying, "There's not an American in this country free until every one of us is free." How true. Now for the background, I just put a blurred bleachers. And there you have him, Jackie Robinson. And if you'd like to throw a ball at him, he's waiting. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.